This was the first national park in the South Pacific, established in 1978, and a very important park for Samoa. It's about 50 square kilometers and it stretches from the center of Upolu, including the highest mountain, right down to the coast. And it's the most recent lava flow, 3,000 years old lava flow. That's why it's very rocky here. Unfortunately, cyclones have opened up this forest in the park, and a lot of the forest has actually been damaged by repeated cyclones. And vines, in particular the Fuilautotele, which is the broadleaf vine that we see in the back, has grown over these open areas and suppressed the natural regeneration of the forest and basically stopped the forest from healing after the cyclones. So our project is trying to help nature heal by actually managing the Fuilautotele, cutting it back, and most importantly planting native trees, which you see here around me. All the native trees that are found in this area, we're planting in here, very close spacing, 2 by 2 meters. So we've got Malili, Asi, Tava, Maota, and other native species. And we plant them very closely so that after 2 or 3 years, the crowns or the kind of branches of those trees merge, and that suppresses all the weeds from underneath. And so the forest is allowed to heal, this forest that is being damaged. And secondly, and importantly, we are going to, another purpose is to try and mitigate against climate change. That means to try and, if you like, do our little bit to reduce the impacts of climate change. Because the climate change is a global problem, and because we share the air with the rest of the world, whatever work we do here to reduce the impact of climate change will benefit the whole planet. One of the best ways to manage climate change is to plant trees. 50%, or about a half of the weight of a tree, is carbon. Climate change is caused by too much carbon in the atmosphere, from mostly from industrial processes, factories, from power production using fossil fuels, like diesel production for power, and aeroplanes as well. So one of the other objectives of our project is to try and encourage businesses and individuals to think about their carbon footprint, because a lot of the things that you do in your life, even driving your car, flying on an airplane, turning on your air conditioner or your TV, is actually resulting in more carbon dioxide being pumped into the air. By planting trees, we can actually absorb a lot of that carbon. So as I said, about half the weight of these trees is carbon. And so forests are one of the most important carbon sinks in the world, right? And we need to plant more trees.